Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Combat Ready HQ and welcome to today's video, 10 surprising facts about Swedish Special Forces. Looking forward to this. Always love learning about different militaries, different special operations groups, different special forces. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, turn notifications bell on. I really hugely appreciate you supporting the channel. Check out the original video in the description. If you want to support us more, you can become a channel member. We've got 4 different tiers. But let's get into it. Always comment what your thoughts are. Always interested, and I'll try and respond to every comment if I can.
We're going to be exploring the Special Operations Task Force of Sweden, or the SOG. My name is Leroy Kenton. Welcome back to another episode, and let's just jump straight into the facts. These guys are a crazy force. They're really intense. So starting off with the first thing I want to share about the SOG. Who are they anyways? Well, simply put, the Special Operations Task Force is a special ops unit in the Swedish military, and now they've been in operation since the year 2011, and the unit has its headquarters in Karlsborg Fortress in Sweden. And I know when you compare them to other special forces unit, you know, Sweden's Special Operations Task Force is relatively young. However, they are not a new unit in and of themselves. They're actually a combination of previous groups. Like, the force was formed in 2011 by merging the Special Protection Group, or the SSG, and the Special Reconnaissance Group, or the SIG. The Special Protection Group was active starting in the year 1994, and the Special Reconnaissance Group, or the SIG, was one of the 2 Sweden Special Operations units that was created back in 2007. And in the year 2007 was when it actually broke away from the Swedish Parachute Ranger School, but that dates all the way back to the 1950s. When it comes to the personnel who are...
So basically you brought the ones who do all the information finding the intel and the door kickers, you brought them together to make one operations group, special operations group.
Selected to join this force. They're trained and equipped for air, sea, and land infiltration, as well as logistic, technical, and also medical support. Now, the SOG also consists of 2 response units. There's the IE1, and they're focused on combat tasks, and then there's the IE2, and that's focused on intelligence gathering. And the IE2 is actually known to use female intelligence agents to conduct certain human intelligence operations. The SOG's operations are of great strategic importance, so of course they cannot be conducted and accomplished with certain conventional forces and weapon systems. And their combat missions can range from eliminating high-valued targets, or maybe collecting objects of importance, and even conducting complex rescue operations. So with that said, you know, sometimes they have to break a little bit of the rules, if you will. But hey, wartime ain't always fair. Now,
Yeah, so very similar to very other special operations groups, air, sea, land. They all sort of multi-task, as you will now, you know, SAS, SBS, yeah, and the maritime specialists. But they, you know, the SAS have got their boat troop. They both do air, you know, infiltrate through air. They can come in through land, water, a lot. Same as the SEALs and Delta, but obviously SEALs do specialise. So, and yeah, you can't break the rules. You can't just go and break the human, like, Geneva Convention. But there being countries that, you know, people aren't knowing they're in there. They'll be doing operations that no one knows about. It's just classified. So...
Reconnaissance, as well as intelligence gathering by the SOG, is intended to gather information of great importance about their enemy's activities, as well as enemy personnel or other information that they deem significant for their operations. Now, with that said, we've reached halfway in this episode, and that means we got 5 more facts to go. But before we jump into those facts, leave a like on this episode if you're enjoying it so far, and also if you want to see more videos like this. And if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of our daily episodes. You'll definitely learn something new every day if you stick around with us. All right, so moving on to fact number 5, the SOG, they're always ready for action. Now, they can be deployed on short notice within a 6,000 radius of Stockholm, which is the capital of Sweden, as well as they can operate in any environment like jungles and mountains and deserts and subarctic and even urban landscapes. And because Sweden would never want the enemy to see them coming, the SOG's capabilities, as well as their equipment and their operational methods, as well as their past and current operations, and even the identities of their personnel, are kept secret.
Yeah, standard stuff.
What we do know is that the selection is open for members of the military, both male and female can also join the force. Now, the selection process takes about 2 to 3 weeks, and it happens every year, once a year. And the selection consists of a very hard field exercise, and that lasts for over a week. And their candidates are then tested on their fitness, as well as their field craft and land navigation skills. And also,
I don't think this guy's ex-military. Can someone from the Sweden military sort of have an input on this? 2 to 3 weeks, yeah, it's going to consist of an exercise. A week isn't very long. Some physical exercises, yeah, but what are these physical exercises, assessments that they have to do? Land navigation is a big one for basic soldiers, especially for the elite and the special forces.
Tests are conducted under great stress. And then the second week consists of psychological tests. And for those who pass to join the force, well, that percentage is about 10%. So if you're successful and you're chosen, he or she can then start taking the basic operations course, and that lasts 1 year, and it's divided up into 3 blocks. There's the basic combat skills, patrol skills, and specialist skills. They're going to be intensely trained in those 3 categories. Then once that's complete, then the candidate can be put on operational patrol within the force, and they can be deployed along with them. Now, a question I had is, how could you identify an SOG agent anyways? Well, the unit insignia is worn by each operator, and the combat uniform has a winged Norse dagger, and then there's a 6-pointed star on it as well. Now, personnel within the Swedish Special Operations Forces, that's for people in the SOG. Now, its support units also wear an olive green beret with a black
bit like SFSG in UK.
And that's the only non-metal cap badge that's ever worn within the Swedish military. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about their training. So the personnel, they train at a secret location near Karlsborg that has a shooting range, as well as has a large multi-story CQB building.
Yeah,
with
for the urban environment, massive nowadays.
In the walls. The building also allows for helicopter landings on its roof, and also a lot of the training for the SOG happens internationally, and oftentimes they're done with other partnering nations of Sweden.
Yeah.
And finally, the last thing I want to share about the Sweden Special Forces is this. The SOG differs quite a bit differently from the rest of the Swedish military. More specifically, they differ in their equipment as well as their armament. Now, one of the most notable differences that you'll see is their usage of a multicam rather than an M90. Also, personnel wear combat uniforms from Cry Precision as well as Arcturix. They also have a wide range of different plate carriers as well as Ops Core fast ballistic helmets. Also, other than the differences in the equipment that they use, the SOG also has different firearms. You'll notice their LWRC rifles, as well as your support weapons such as a machine gun, as well as anti-armor weapons, are also different than the rest of the military. And the standard handgun that the SOG uses is the Glock 17. Alright guys, so those were 10 surprising, interesting facts about the SOG, Sweden Special Force. As always, leave your thoughts and comments down below about anything that I mentioned in this episode, as well as leave any other thoughts and comments that you want during.
Make sure you go and check out the original video. Always give it a like. I appreciate these videos getting put out so I can put out my reviews and my opinions and my reactions. Would have been nice to have a little bit more information, especially when it comes to the selection. I don't know how. Is it actually only 2 to 3 weeks? What's, you know, they're going to do some sort of exercise that's standard and some sort of physical assessments. But what are the physical assessments? How tough are they? I'd like to find a video on this. Let me know if you have a link to one. And why is it actually that the Special Operations Group use multicam, but the rest of the army doesn't? You know, within the UK, we all have multicam. It's just that Hereford and Poole, they get issued all the Cry and all the other sort of alley bits of equipment that we don't get. The Ops Core helmets, different plate carriers, different weapon systems. You know, all special forces get that. But why is one wearing multicam, one's not? I find quite interesting. Glock 17 we use, that's our sort of service pistol within the British Army. And be interesting to watch a few more videos on this. I did find one, but it had no subtitles, so I couldn't understand it, so I didn't want to watch it. So I'll see if I can find some more videos, but let us know if you can. Very interesting to learn about other different militaries. You know, a lot of it was quite similar. Obviously, they're going to be secret, classified. They're not going to release the identities, and they're always going to get issued, you know, more advanced, more expensive kit and equipment, especially when it comes to weapon systems as well. They seem very similar to others, you know, air, sea, land, work in all environments, Arctic, jungle, desert, standard sort of environments. So let us know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you soon.